what is the URP? Over the years, the Unemployment Relief Program has been severely criticized as a program that makes no significant contribution to national development. This is a result of the 10 days mentality that has become synonymous with such an initiative. Hence, in the eyes of the public, the URP has become a wasteful use of taxpayers' dollars. To date, while the program continues to employ a substantial number of individuals in both construction and maintenance type activities, there has been a cataclysmic shift and the development of a new paradigm for the operations of the URP. Today, the URP has been enhancing its reputation as a state entity that delivers outstanding projects that add value to communities and, more importantly, makes meaningful use of the funding that is available through the Unemployment Relief Program. The URP is changing the way that citizens of every kind and locality are able to live.
At the age of 65, still happen to have 2 young children and no work, no permanent work, and schooling and that kind of thing, and living under old wood structure, which I had put on a foundation maybe 9 years ago and couldn't go further. And someone who I knew, can't call the name right now, advised me, he even bring a form for me and advised me to apply to the URP people concerning the help for the house. I did that and someone called me on an interview, got my information and so on, and after that, just about a matter of months, I saw material came, saw progress, and even now I still ask myself, this thing is true, right? I'm sitting down inside the house and saying yes, because I never see any way at this time of my life could accomplish what I get there. It is not 100%, sister, but I'm very proud, I'm thankful for the help I got. Words mightn't be enough to express the way in which, but me and my family is really comfortable, and thanks for everything, whoever responsible, because you know, there's a whole government system, and whoever, all who partake, thanks very much.
I want to say thanks to the government, Mr. Bal, he helped me go through part of it, Mr. Keith, and the contractors. The contractor who came, they did a very good job.
As a young person, always hearing the older heads talk about the road, drainage, water. As a person now of my own family, I could say I'm proud to see what is going on. I'm happy to see that we have box drain, we get in a paved road, no longer children have to wear plastic bag over their shoes to go to school. So I can say my government is working.
It will surely be a surprise if you were to find out that the URP has been enhancing recreational grounds, constructing sports pavilions, jogging tracks and activity centers, installing play parks, rehabilitating roads, as well as other physical infrastructure around Trinidad.
My mom and dad, they're born and grow, you know. This is a place where they live many years, they lived their life. Way back when they never had something like this, generation to generation, and we finally finally, after so many years. Well, they still live to see it happen. They still live to see it happen. No road, no drainage for the water. The road was in bad condition, people who had to go with it, stuff inside. It was tough. It was tough, you know. So we really appreciate that. We really, really appreciate everything.
I am Bita from in the village, and the bus shelter is very good because normally when the old people come around, they used to be like down in the drain, stand up waiting for the bus, and well, everything coming, well good, and they are the basketball court now, and my grandson used to be all over the place, like riding all over the place. Now I take him on the court to ride, and I'm very grateful for it. Other people too, so we're grateful for everything.
My name is Laura. I'm here since I'm born. It's a very good thing because they shelter the rain and all that. You don't have to come in my business no more. But I'm glad for the bus stop. I have an old lady especially. She'll come and lean up on my car. Now she have the bus stop to lean up on. So thank God for the bus stop. Thank you very much.
NGOs and religious organizations have also been privy to improvements in the quality of their buildings for their memberships. This is the new URP, the story of which will be related to you.
In 20 years we didn't have no road, nothing. So after we got road, it was just for us to get something comfortable to walk. Up here it was an accident waiting to happen.
It was nearly, I would say, impossible to get up. These residents who live up there, God bless them, getting up there for I don't know how much years now. Yeah. So I know it's a little bit easier now, I guess much easier now, but it was ridiculous.
We cannot come down when the rain fall. My children cannot go to school when the rain fall. Right? What else? It was hard to tow things to go up, hard to bring down things. Right? So, but I get help. I went to them. It took a little while. It took a good while, nearly 20 years. And well, something came through and we get through this step and it benefited me 1,000,001. My whole life. It changed my whole life.
For many years, that bridge was no good. They bring about 2-3 contractors there, and they never build a good bridge. Until right now, well, I see a good bridge. I feel comfortable. Before they build the bridge, you used to have to walk from over the bridge to, let us say, about 300 to 400 feet to reach the garden. And well, when they're bringing out the stuff from the garden, you had to get by a bison or either toot it on the head. Or you had to rent or pay somebody to bring it for you.
Here I have a wooden bridge where after a certain amount of time it gets dilapidated. It remained so for about 15 years. The vehicle couldn't cross this river. And now, as you could see, vehicle over the bridge. It about 5 vehicles past the bridge where all sort of produce, from dashing to cassava and pumpkin, cucumbers, and a lot of produce coming from beyond this bridge now to market in either Macoya or in Port of Spain market. And a lot of work we have done through URP in the constituency of Miaro. That is from Guayaguayari to Rio Claro, from Pool Bridge to Rio Claro, from Beach to Rio Claro, and from San Pedro to Rio Claro. There is a lot of work done by URP.
Among the significant projects completed by the URP are 3 empowerment centers in Whiteland, Tabaquite, Dow Village, California, and Waterloo, Carripachaima. These centers serve to empower people in general, but especially young persons in developing their knowledge and skill sets. Adults and adolescents benefit from seminars and workshops that foster proper parenting skills as well as address issues such as teenage pregnancies, illiteracy, sexually transmitted diseases, substance abuse, as well as those that teach communication and leadership skills.
Being a part of what is happening here is giving me an opportunity to give back to my community. You have the young people who would come and you know, at the beginning, they were very adamant about it. You would find that when we had the summer camp, the mummies and daddies dropping them to the summer camp, and they're like, well, why do we have to be here? We could be home. It's our day, it's our week or month off from school. But then when they really started to see what it was all about, they started to feel a sense of belonging. And they started to realize that there are young people just like them who they could be around. And it became so much more than just a vacation. It became a great social experience. It became a great learning experience. And I think that I benefit the most from when I see the fruits that are produced. And when I see that young people have found a place in their own community, then it makes me feel like I've also found a place.
This building was somewhat dilapidated. The structure existed, but it was dilapidated and unused. And this is where I approached the Minister of Local Government. The then Minister of Local Government was Dr. Suraj Ratan Rambachan. And then he became later on Minister of Works and Infrastructure. And he took this project on to transform this dilapidated building into an empowerment center. So this center houses a computer lab, a conference center as we see here, and classrooms where different community courses can be held. The URP program in the constituency of Couva has been very beneficial to our people. There's the women's program for single mothers. Especially, I have targeted as a Member of Parliament for ensuring that employment is given to the single mothers.
Whiteland Empowerment Center, Pastor Winston Mansing has taken on the responsibility of managing the center with a group of volunteers.
We have a four-pronged approach as to what we do to improve the community. It has to do with family, health and family life, where we do the family life counseling, where we do the HIV programs, and we do other empowerment programs. Then we have the educational arm, where we do the homework center, and we are revisiting how we do that right now, and also give other educational classes, maths and English and so on, that will be even given greater strength in the near future. The third program we're looking at is the performing arts, where I showed you the site, the room that would be used as the engineering studio, and we had a dance class that was running here every Thursday evening, but we made a switch because they needed a bigger space. Actually, this room got too small for that dance class. And the fourth prong approach is business and entrepreneurial development. We have a business development officer with us, and he's finishing his doctorate in business, and we have chartered accountant, Miss Alicia Marchand, and what they've been doing is developing a program to help young entrepreneurs set up businesses properly, giving models, business models that they can follow, do's and don'ts about business. So it's a four-prong approach really here for the center. The facility we have here today is because of the involvement of URP and their investment to provide us with the facility. What we appreciate is the collaborative approach by the URP program and the church, so that we provide the service and they provided us the facility and some of the tools necessary to get the job done. No one of us could address all of the issues and be perfect. But collaborating together, making it happen together as the acronym team, together each achieves more. Very soon, this entire room is going to be converted into a recording studio and an engineering room. When this room is converted, we have computers coming in, we have mixer boards coming in, we'll be putting in some surround speakers in here, padding the room, making it soundproof. One of the benefits to the community because of the investment in a facility like this is that we will be able to produce more artists for the future, more musicians for the future. Therefore, we will be able to help in the economic development.
Much of what the URP continues to achieve today is aimed not only at addressing present concerns, but also at ensuring that our youth are able to prosper in a nurturing environment. The program has also been assisting in the construction of police youth clubs. 2 of these are located in Whiteland and Bagatelle. Inspector Subhash Ramkilawan tells a story of what is happening at this center.
I am Inspector Ramkilawan. Subhash Ramkilawan is my name. I have been scouting for the past 35 years. I saw the need for our young people to get involved in activities of this nature. Being a police officer, having to deal with children from socially depressed areas, children from single-parent household, and have seen over the years where all they need is just a little attention in the right way. I must say URP have been of great assistance to our little group so far, as the place was overgrown with bushes to start with the general compound. It's now been upkept by the URP. This building was refurbished, windows and whatnot were changed, the place tiled, toilet fitting, ceiling redone, and it's now habitable. I cannot say how happy we are here in Whiteland to have such a great MP who provide for the children in this area. Time and time again, we usually go to get the assistance from people outside of the area for facilities. We now have our own, thanks to the URP.
Several activity centers are also being constructed by the URP. Most of these are located in very rural communities. An activity center consists of a meeting room, a kitchenette, bathrooms, and in the case of the Gordon Village Activity Center, exercise equipment. At these centers, various workshops are also conducted.
We start opening the center from 4 to 8 p.m. So 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. to try and incorporate everyone. Majority are people ranging, or children, young adults, ranging from, I would say, 5 to 30. Majority of what they come to do is just build better bonds, whereas we have some boxing, we have a facility of gloves, we have table tennis, there's a gym facility where we did get some equipment donated and some from the community brought in as well.
My name is Ethan Lachlan and I want to come here to exercise and break dance and watch movies. Yeah, boxing, ping pong, and I just love it here. It's awesome.
It's an amazing experience to have this community center, to be here and bring out my kids. The movie idea was a great idea to come up with, and I really appreciate it.
As a young guy coming up, I really enjoy that community center, but recognizing that one and this one today, we realize this one is far different because it's an activity center where people could come and, learn a lot and exercise, as we heard earlier.
For a long time, the Superior Deltones Steel Orchestra have been trying to develop their Panyard facilities. Under the URP program, they too have been assisted.
The infrastructural development that we see here presently right now has gone through a lot of evolutionary stages, so to speak. There was one time when most of the things that exist in here wasn't here. I think the walls are one of the first things that happened, followed by the cottage area. That would have been like in the early 80s basically. Even that concreted area there, it was all a self-help programs basically. And I must say in last year, we made some major strides with infrastructural development. where the Ministry of Works granted us a infrastructural development program, whereas this was paved, inclusive of the car park, major gates were installed, and an entire beautification program also was done with the painting of walls, etc.
As mentioned earlier, the URP program has been assisting NGOs in approving facilities for their membership.
We, the members of the Shiv Shankar Mandir, are pleased with the work have been done. I am the mother of Pandit Rishi, and I would say how happy we were, because before it was never like this. We had plenty problems, and we worked hard on our own to bring it where it was. And now we are very thankful, we the members of the temple are very thankful for the work that the Minister of Works have done, Mr. Suraj Ratan Rambachan, and we hope that we will get a little more done in the future.
Even as Trinidad and Tobago maintains its position as one of the Caribbean region's most developed island states, many of our communities are still susceptible to flooding because of what is termed urban runoff.
Church Trace, before it was paved, was a king track. And as I told the other girl, thanks to Mr. Danad Singh, God rest his soul, he came in here, he understand the situation we had, because children used to put plastic bag on their foot and walk out here to go to school. He bought the yellow boulders, we spread it ourselves. Then Mr. Wainmark came in, he saw well how the drain used to be. He would give us cylinders, but through the years, everything just smashed up. But thanks to the URP and Miss Camille again, I mentioned in her name, I got the box train built, so I don't have to worry about it flooding inside my house anymore. And thanks to Miss Nadia, the road is a big improvement to how it used to be.
Hi, I'm Melissa Samaru from Region 4, Tunapuna. All right, I'm the engineering assistant for the Tunapuna constituency. Behind me, you can see there's a double block retaining wall and a perimeter wall on top, single block. This wall was constructed because it was endangering children passing, school children, residents' life, right? Because it was collapsing.
My name is Jiranala. My name is Shaki Ella. My name is Jabari Ella. Welcome to Despa's Drive.
My name is Richard. I've been here all my life from 19 way back when. And well, it was basically just dirt here before. It was just a lot of rocks, and it was real tough to walk down here before. Well, with the buck train and everything is everything now. You know, you see, you even could park a car here now. So we in a kind of gear here.
This area, it was mostly an agricultural area. In the past, we had lots of cane, agricultural produce that was grown in this area. And again, a lot of animal was being mined in this area. Comparing the past to the present, today we are seeing a lot of upliftment in this area. And with regard to this upliftment, we have a lot of houses. The place is much more put into place with respect to proper road drainage, all infrastructural work is being put in place, and we are very much appreciative to that. Presently, this road, it is named after me, name is Balgobin Street. It wasn't like this as we are seeing it now. In the past, it was mud. Dirt was of a bad condition. Vehicle, it was impossible for vehicle and so. And today we have to say, well, we are very thankful for the great help of the URP. The URP, I must always praise them and say thankful to them due to the fact that they uplift this area, they uplift the environment, and we have, the road is up to standard, the drain is up to standard, and the full works.
Through the proactive nature of the URP management and staff across the different regions, however, incidents of severe flooding continue to be reduced because of the construction of retaining walls, box drains, bridges, slipper drains, and curbs. Imagine then the added value to property as well as the preservation of life. The alleviation of flooding issues, security, and accessibility also expands into the construction of basic amenities like stairwells. Within recent times, the URP has also taken on the responsibility of assisting health centers, especially in rural areas. Together with the construction and rehabilitation of numerous jogging tracks and recreational facilities, the URP has made a positive impact on the overall health and wellness of our citizenry.
We put up a youth club that is needed because in this area we have a lot of young people, and we now have this basketball court that has been totally refurbished for them. I observed that they now use it more than ever, because before you would have to slow down in the road because they were playing football in the road. They now have an enclosed area that I feel comfortable that they can play and free of accidents.
My name is Hayden Tobias. I live in Bagatelle. Well, the basketball court now is what we always wanted because the youths are right. We come out and sweat in the evening, we play basketball, sometimes we play cricket, football and a night, you know. Plus the savannah now was down for a few years, and plenty youths end up coming and dying out and thing. So we just want to thank everybody for this, bringing back the community together and thing. We thank for the lights, we just waiting for it to come on now. We thank you for fixing over the court. What we need is the community center now to bring back all youths together and for we to stay without trouble and thing and try to do the right thing and not the wrong thing.
Since URP constructed this building, it has helped us a lot, so we are very thankful for it because no one has ever done something like this for us, and we are grateful, every single member of the club. And we now have proper facilities to bathe and change, so each child could have a place to be after training and before training, and they could be secured in the clubhouse. So we thank URP for this clubhouse that we got.
My name is Dipendra Rampasad from Form 2 NAPS. I am the vice captain of the under-14 cricket team. Well, this facility, we didn't have it last year, but it is good for us because we can win more games than last year. Since last year, we did not qualify.
In previous games, we had to travel for cricket. We had to travel to Wilson Road. We had to travel to various grounds all over the place, Diamond and so on, to try to use as our home ground. But having a real place called home, you know, it really did something for the teams, both football and cricket. We never really thought that we'd have had it in this academic year, but you all made it a reality. And for that, we'll always be grateful. We share our resources with the community, you know. This ground is used by several schools for whatever, you know, endeavors or sporting activities that they may have. It's used by some people, they want to have a cricket competition, a league.
While we are extremely certain that the work of the URP continues to support this administration's thrust towards people-centered development, we must also remember the efforts, innovation and diligence of the staff of the Unemployment Relief Program. This has been a production of the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure.